Hey babes, welcome back to Elevated with Zai, the space where we glow, grow, and level up in every way. If you're new here, hi, I'm Zai, and trust me, you're right on time. So today I will be continuing my PCOS series, and in my first video, I broke down what PCOS is, and I share my personal experience of living with it. But specifically for today's video, I want to discuss what's actually not talked about enough. I want to talk about the emotional side of PCOS. PCOS isn't just about irregular cycles, cysts, or physical symptoms. It takes a huge toll on your mind, your confidence, and honestly, your energy. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 big areas, which is mental health, body image, and burnout. These are things I personally deal with, and I want to be super real and transparent about how it feels. So let's jump right into the video. Quick disclaimer before I start. I'm not a doctor. I'm just sharing my journey and my perspective. If you're struggling, please reach out to a healthcare provider or therapist who can give you support tailored to you. Let's start with mental health because honestly, that's the biggest and most invisible part of PCOS. The hormonal imbalances that come with PCOS doesn't just affect your body, it affects your mood. Anxiety, depression, and mood swings are really common in people that have PCOS. For me personally, I have days where I wake up and my mood is super low and it's hard for me to get out of bed. Or sometimes I have days when my anxiety is just through the roof. And you know, the hardest thing about it is that this is not something that you could just snap out of it. And then here comes the mood swings. Sometimes I feel fine and then suddenly I'm so emotional or irritated or I just completely shut down. I just hate how I can't control it because I want to be present and I want to be present in a good mood. But my body and my hormones are deciding otherwise for me. And this could be super frustrating when it happens around people that you really care about and people that you want to be around because it just feels like I'm not myself. What makes it harder is that sometimes people don't understand. They might think that you're being dramatic or lazy, but in reality, your body is just fighting against you. And that can feel really isolating. What has helped me has been finding little grounding routines. Journaling is one of them. I usually write down my bottled up emotions, or I just confide in a trusting friend that I can vent to that will understand my point of view. Has also made a big difference for my mental health. And honestly, even doing things such as going for a walk or drinking tea or just giving myself permission to rest has also been something that has been helping my mental health. Now, these techniques doesn't fix everything, but it does remind me that I have tools to get through those heavy days. And on those days where my mood isn't where I want it to be, I'm learning to give myself grace instead of beating myself up. Now let's talk about body image because this one right here hits really hard for me. PCOS makes it so much harder to manage my weight. It doesn't matter if I'm eating correctly, if I'm exercising consistently. Because of my PCOS, I won't see any results. And that can be very discouraging. And on top of that, the facial hair and the acne doesn't help my image at all. For me personally, bloating is a big issue for me. I'm kind of seeing more people raise awareness about bloating, but I want to discuss it because this is something that affects me every day. Now, when I go out, I purposely reach for stretchy outfits or looser pants because when I eat, sitting in anything tight can feel really uncomfortable. And it's so frustrating because I'm already such a thick girl. Like I carry most of my weight in my thighs and my butt. But due to my PCOS, the next area where I carry my weight is my stomach, unfortunately. And that combination alone makes me feel like my body isn't proportionally even. It just really sucks to go online to see plus size women trying on clothes. And then when I order the clothes and I put them on, it doesn't fit the same or even close to. Not having something fit the way you pictured it can really hurt. And ladies, y'all know that feeling. I know it's been a couple times you guys planned the whole outfit out and it's time for you to go outside and you throw the outfit on and it's just like, oh, I don't like that. This is not what I thought it was going to look like. But that's how I feel when I order clothes online and they look so beautiful on plus size women and then I order it and it doesn't fit me how I want it to fit. Now, these clothes doesn't fit me because they're not nice pieces. It's just because my body doesn't sit in the clothes the way the other women's bodies sit in the clothes. And when that happens, that's when those negative thoughts creep in, such as comparing myself to other women or just feeling like I don't measure up because I can't fit in the clothes how I assumed I would. The tough part is that PCOS makes you feel like you're in a constant battle with your body. You're working hard, you're trying, but the results don't always show. And it's really exhausting. Social media doesn't help because everyone looks so flawless with glowing skin and flat stomachs. While I'm sitting here feeling all puffy and bloated for no reason. But one thing I've been working on is reframing how I see myself. I remind myself that my body is strong and resilient, even if it doesn't look like society's version of perfect. I've started investing in little things that make me feel confident, such as doing my nails, my lashes, keeping my hair done, or just dressing in clothes that actually make me feel good instead of hiding myself. Sometimes that means choosing comfort and style, because I don't need to punish myself with clothes that don't work for my body just to fit in. Now, I'm still a work in progress. This is not easy, but I'm learning to celebrate small wins and show myself grace. Like if I notice my skin is clearer this week, or my clothes fit more comfortably, or even if I just feel good in an outfit that lets me be confident and comfortable, that's progress. With PCOS, it might not look like everyone else's progress, but it still matters. Now, the last piece I want to touch on is the burnout, because managing PCOS can honestly feel like a full-time job. Between trying new diets, working out, going to doctor's appointments, researching supplements, and just managing symptoms day to day, it gets exhausting. Sometimes I feel like no matter what I do, it's just never enough. I've definitely had times where I was doing everything right, such as eating in a calorie deficit, working out consistently, and I wasn't seeing any progress. And after a while, it just drains you. You feel defeated, and you start asking yourself, like, what's the point? At some point, I was consistent with going to the gym, and then I started to lose the motivation to go. And it's like, once you skip that one day at the gym, then comes more days that you continue to skip. This could definitely take a toll on you, especially when you have everyone else and yourself rooting for you. I had so many people that was so proud of me for how consistent in the progress I was making in the gym. So when I stopped showing up, I felt like I was letting them down, but most of all, I was letting myself down. The burnout shows up just like this. It sneaks in when you're physically and emotionally tired of fighting the same battle over and over again. For me, it looked like skipping the gym, not having no energy to meal prep, or just feeling overwhelmed when I open up my phone and see 10 different PCOS hacks being recommended. Sometimes I just get tired of thinking about PCOS at all. It just takes up too much space in my brain. And there's a guilt that comes with that. Guilt if I take a break. Guilt if I eat something that's not PCOS friendly. Guilt if I don't have the energy to keep up. That cycle can be heavy because it makes you feel like you're failing when you're just human. But even through that, I've made a promise to myself. I am dedicated to working towards my health no matter what it looks like. If it's not the gym, then it's a 30-minute to an hour walk daily, or whatever else I need to do to get active. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent in a way that's sustainable for me. What I've had to learn is how to step back and give myself permission to rest. Not every day has to be about fixing PCOS. Some days it's okay for me just to rest and enjoy life outside of it. That might look like watching a show, hanging with friends, or just spending time with my dog. Anything really that just reminds me that I'm a whole person and not just my diagnosis. What's helped me avoid total burnout is pacing myself and remembering that progress with PCOS is slow and non-linear. Some weeks I'm super consistent, and other weeks I give myself grace. And that's okay. The truth is PCOS is a part of me, but it doesn't have to define me every single second of the day. I'm still learning that rest doesn't mean failure. Sometimes rest is the progress. Taking care of my mental health is just as important as the workouts and meal plans, because without balance, burnout will always catch up. So yeah, PCOS isn't just about physical symptoms. It's something that affects your mental health, your body image, and energy in ways that people don't always see it. If you guys been struggling with any of this, please let me know, because you guys are not alone. There are so many of us going through the same thing, even though it doesn't always feel like it. I really hope that me sharing my journey helps you guys feel seen and supported. And if you deal with PCOS, I would love it if you share your experience down below in my comments, whether that's something that you struggle with or something that has helped you. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're following my PCOS series. And as I always say, all right, babes, keep your standards high and your vibes even higher. Don't just dream it, elevate it, okay? You were made to shine and level up, so don't forget it. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.